Thank you. Thank you, Malik. Thank you.
I had thought the EC would be on, but anyway, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Confession. Stai contento. That is it. 2 minutes. Stay contento.
So it's good before you left, you got it. You share it.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's moving.
Slowly, sir.
Hmm?
Very slowly.
Slowly.
Read it
Okay.
very slowly.
All right. Okay. Maybe we can advance the press conference a little.
1:30, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
An
Thank you.
incredible day. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dear colleagues, the Nobel Committee has just announced that the 2013 Nobel Prize for Peace has been awarded to the OPCW. Where are we? This side?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce the Director General of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, Ambassador Ahmed Uzumcu.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The decision by the Nobel Committee to bestow this year's Peace Prize on the OPCW is a great honor for our organization. We are a small organization which for over 16 years and away from the glare of international publicity has shouldered an onerous but noble task to act as the guardian of the global ban on chemical weapons that took effect in 1997. That year, a 100-year effort was crowned with success as the Chemical Weapons Convention entered into force. Our organization was tasked to verify the elimination of chemical weapons from the world and to encourage all nations to adhere to this hard-earned norm. We have since then worked with quite determination to rid the world of these heinous weapons, weapons which have been used to horrific effect throughout the 20th century and sadly, in our own time too. Events in Syria have been a tragic reminder that there remains much work yet to be done. Our hearts go out to the Syrian people who were recently victims of the horror of chemical weapons. Today, we are engaged in work which is meant to ensure that this atrocity is not repeated. Never in the history of our organization have we been called on to verify a destruction program within such short time frames and in an ongoing conflict. We are conscious of the enormous trust that the international community has bestowed on us. Working to realize the vision of a world free of chemical weapons, we rely on the expertise, professionalism, and dedication of our staff, qualities that have been forged through a solid record of achievement. This would clearly not be possible without the steadfast support and commitment of our state parties. The recognition that the Peace Prize brings will spur us to untiring effort, even stronger commitment, and greater dedication. I truly hope that this award and the OPCW's ongoing mission, together with the United Nations in Syria, will help broader efforts to achieve peace in that country and the suffering of its people. I take this opportunity to commend all those who have contributed to making the ban on chemical weapons an enduring and universal norm. I look forward to accepting this award in humility and in recognition of the professionalism of our staff, both past and present, and the strong support we have received from our state parties. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Takashi Chinos of NHK Japan Broadcasting Corporation. The first question is, Syria's mission has just started, and you call it historical. But in the meantime, you have received Peace Award at this juncture. How do you think of the challenges ahead that you have to face? Thanks.
The Syria mission in particular is a great challenge to our organization, as I said earlier and on different occasions. Nevertheless, we believe that we have necessary knowledge and expertise which has been developed over the past 16 years in our organization, and provided that the situation permits, and I already highlighted the main challenge as the safety and security of our staff deployed in Syria. If the situation permits, we would be capable to deliver the tasks entrusted to us, as well as to do them within the determined deadlines.
Anne Westbakke from the Norwegian news agency. Congratulations. You have staff in Syria at this moment. Have you personally been in touch with them, and what was their reaction to the prize?
When I spoke to them this morning, we didn't know yet that the Peace Prize would be awarded to our organization. But I shared the message that I issued to my own staff, congratulating them, commending them for all efforts they have deployed, and of course, in particular, those who are now in Syria, who are operating, who are working in a very challenging environment.
Laurens Boven, BNR News Radio from Holland. The Nobel Prize, of course, is a very important symbolic prize. How do you plan, first of all, to monetize in a political way for the support for your organization, for member states that are not so much willing to support your organization and your work? That's my first question. Second question, what are you planning to do with the prize money?
The organization and the Chemical Weapons Convention, to our pleasure, has reached the level of full universality, nearly full universality, I should say. There are only 6 countries who are outside the convention at present, and I hope that this will be an additional encouragement for them, in fact, to be part of this nearly universal convention. And secondly, the states parties, in fact, have always been very supportive of the organization and of the goals of the convention, and this is thanks to their commitment that so much has been achieved. We all know that 80% of existing stockpiles of chemical weapons have so far been destroyed under the verification of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. And the rest, in fact, will be destroyed in a few years' time. And as to the prize itself, of course, we will use it for the goals of the convention and the elimination of chemical weapons worldwide. All right.
Who will go to Oslo and receive? Who will go to Oslo and receive the Peace Prize? Have you decided yet?
Sorry, I think I will go.
Jan Henop from Agence France Presse. First of all, congratulations, Mr. Zumgu. Over the last 16 years, a lot of the OPCW's work has been done outside of the limelight of public attention. Now, with this prize, how does it change the way you work now that all this attention is on the OPCW? Is it going to make a difference? Could it be a curse as well as a blessing at the same time?
I think it will make a difference. It will clearly boost the morale of our staff who have been working in this organization for years now, and some of them in a very challenging environments, be it in Libya, in Iraq, now in Syria. And they will take it as a recognition of their continuous efforts. And also, I think those who worked in the past in this organization, either in the secretariat or in delegations accredited to the organization, will also be pleased, I believe, because their efforts, in fact, their contributions are now recognized. So this will be a great change for the organization.
I'm from the Norwegian newspaper Aftenposten. Were you surprised when you got the news that you received the prize?
I was pleasantly surprised.
My name is Saito from Japanese daily Mainichi. I think your organization faces a shortage of fund, shortage of human resources in order to complete a mission in Syria. Do you expect much more help from international society on this occasion?
I think states parties have already been quite generous in making some pledges, and some of them have already transferred voluntary contributions for the mission in Syria. And many others, in fact, have promised to provide us some equipment as well as staff personnel. And I believe that this engagement of the states parties will continue in the coming days. And I don't think that we would have any shortage of resources, in fact.
Congratulations. We saw horrific images last summer from the attack in Syria, in Damascus. After that, you were invited with your organization to go there. Does it also feel a bit harsh getting this prize after having seen such horrific images?
Our organization, in fact, contributed to the United Nations mission to investigate the use of chemical weapons in Syria. And we were all deeply saddened what we have seen on TV screens as a result of those attacks. And I think this prize would, in fact, should be seen as an incentive and an encouragement to the efforts by the international community over the years to ban these weapons for good, eliminate them globally forever, and to prevent that such atrocities to repeat again. So in that respect, I believe that this should be a welcomed acknowledgement.
Corina Rewey from Bloomberg. Is it more urgent for the countries who have already ratified but don't comply yet with getting rid of their weapons as a consequence of getting this prize?
The possessor states who joined the Chemical Weapons Convention in 1990s, in fact, the convention entered into force in 1997, and it was opened to signature in 1993. And since then, for 16 years, several countries have completed the elimination of their stockpiles of chemical weapons. Others still continue, but one has to recognize that the elimination of those weapons is very labor-intensive, costly, and dangerous. I have no question about the commitment of those state parties to eliminate their stockpiles in the coming years. And there are some planned completion dates, which are all already identified by the policymaking organs of the organization, and I am confident that they will be met. And those weapons, one has to know that they are all secured, and there is no question about their future use.
Thomas Muglerina, Swiss Television. You were talking about the need of a stable situation and safe situation on the ground to complete your work, and you were talking about some local ceasefires on Tuesday. After this award that you have received, do you repeat your appeal for that?
I would clearly prefer a permanent ceasefire in Syria. When I said local ceasefires, this is an approach, a practice which the United Nations was able to strike during the previous investigation mission. So having some ceasefires from both sides for 4 to 5 hours so that the team could go around and to the site of alleged users and fulfill their mission. But in the circumstances, when I said I was in fact drawing a parallel between the two, but clearly we would certainly prefer a permanent ceasefire between all those fighting in Syria.
Okay, Swedish television, we missed the beginning, but can you address the imminent challenges in the coming weeks in Syria to get it working with dismantling?
Yeah, I already said on different occasions that timelines are ambitious, but they are doable if the situation permits. I don't have any concern about the resources, as I said earlier. I think the main challenge will remain the security situation in this country. And if we were able to deploy our staff, our experts, to the sites that are already determined, I think we would be able to fulfill our mission in a timely manner.
Belgian television. A Nobel Prize is always supposed to be inspiring for people all over the world. How could this prize to you be inspiring for young people, for instance?
I think the Chemical Weapons Convention's implementation over the past 16 years was a success story. And I always said that this success may be emulated, in fact, in other arms control disarmament processes. I hope that this will give a new impetus, in fact, to those efforts in the future. So I can only speak about an international organization, but I hope also that this will inspire others who contribute to the global peace and security in other areas. Thank you very much.